Good morning, all of you. I am going to present on the topic of prevalence of gastrointestinal, ecto, and hemoparasites in goats in Mannar district. Let's get into the introduction first. Goat farming in Mannar district is a popular economic activity. Even though there are numerous constraints such as poor availability of grazing land during dry season, poor awareness of the farmers on health care management practices, and morbidity and mortality due to diseases, including those caused by parasites. Among those three constraints, morbidity and mortality due to the parasitic infestation has the higher impact since the farmers are highly practicing semi-intensive and extensive management system. I conducted this study because of lack of documented information on goat parasitism in Mannar district. These are the two main objectives of my study. The first one is to determine the occurrence of gastrointestinal, ecto, and hemoparasites in goats. The second one is to relate the occurrence of those parasites with the sex and age of the goats. Study area: 13 goat farms were randomly selected from Mannar district during August 2019. From that, 78 goats were randomly selected for the sample collection. Samples such as fecal sample directly from the rectum, blood smears from the jugular blood, and external parasites such as ticks, fleas, and lice. Laboratory examination: determination of EPG and OPG by McMaster chamber counting techniques, microscopic examination of Leishman stain blood smears, identification of external parasites using morphological keys. Data analysis: parasitemia was calculated by using this formula. Qualitative data was analyzed by chi-square test and Fisher's exact test. Quantitative data was analyzed by one-way ANOVA after log base 10 transformation. If the p-value is less than 0.05, was considered as a significant. These are the pictures of parasites were encountered during my studies. First row, first 4 pictures are showing the tick species. The first one is the Haemophysalis, Hyaloma, Rhipicephalus, and Boophilus. The last one is the Stenocephalid Felis flea type. The second row, first 2 pictures show the lice species. The first one is the Linognathus and the second one is the Bovicola. Other than that, Coccidian oocyst, Monesia egg, and 3 types of Nematodius eggs, Trichurius, Strongyle, and Strongyloid. Last 2 pictures are the hemoparasites. The first one is the Anaplasma and the other one is the Theileria. This graph shows the occurrence of Helm index in relation to the age. Here, Strongyle egg has the higher prevalence than the other Helmin eggs. As well as Strongyle egg has the significantly lower prevalence in kids than the adult. This graph shows the occurrence of the parasitic eggs in relation to the sex. Here, Strongyle egg prevalence and nematode egg prevalence is high in female than the male, whereas Strongyloid, Trichurius, and Monesia egg prevalence is higher in male than the female. This table shows the variation of EPG and OPG in relation to the sex. Here, Strongyle egg count and the total EPG count is higher in female than the male, whereas Monesia and the Eimeria OPG count is higher in male than the female, but those variations were not significant. This table shows the variation of EPG and OPG count in between the age group. Here, Strongyle egg count is significantly higher in adult than the kids, whereas the total OPG count is significantly higher in kids than the adult. This is the most important results of my research. These are the 2 box plots shows the relationship of the EPG and OPG in relation to the sex. Here, EPG is showing the increasing trend with the age, whereas the OPG is showing the decreasing trend with the age. There is a fluctuation. This graph shows the occurrence of ectoparasites in goats. Here, the Haemophysalis has the highest occurrence than the other ectoparasites. as well as Haemophysalis has the higher occurrence than the other two tick species. These two box plots shows the parasitemia of Anaplasma and Theileria in relation to the age. There are some fluctuation and there were no statistical difference between the sex and the parasitemia of the above two parasites. Discussion. Although not significant, the prevalence of the helminth and coccidia was slightly higher in female than the male. The occurrence of the intensity of nematode infection increased with the age, possibly related to the management condition. Because the kids are not allowed to browse outside, they were kept inside. Similar to the previous studies, Haemophysalis species was the most common tick species in these goats in the study area. Despite the relatively highly prevalence of Anaplasma and Theileria, the goat did not show any visible clinical signs. Gradual decline of Eimeria OPG and the parasitemia of both Theileria and Anaplasma with the age could be related to the development of age-related immunity. Conclusion. This study indicates that gastrointestinal ecto and hemoparasites are highly prevalent in goats in Mannar district. The EPG has increased with age while the Eimeria OPG and parasitemia of both Theileria and Anaplasma declined with age. Haemophysalis was the most common tick species in goats in the study area. Future directions: identification of ticks at species level using morphological features, or confirmation and the identification of the hemoparasites using molecular techniques such as PCR. Long-term longitudinal studies can be done to address the epidemiology of the parasitism in the study area. I want to express my deepest gratitude to Dr. A. Arulkanthan as well as to Dr. S. C. Vimalakumar, and I want to thank LTOs of Mannar and Murugan Veterinary Ranges, Mr. Sampath Bandara, non-academic staffs of Kadar, goat farmers, as well as to my family members. These are my important references. Thank you.